and Morgan are 100% together. They also say that they think that Morgan is the most nastiest. They have nothing good to say about her. I am not saying this. So for the Kelly Dodds, this is what happens. I say something about Kelly that everyone's saying. I'm not afraid of no Kelly Dodd. I can tell her to go fuck herself because she's psychotic. But I don't say these. I'm just telling you. This person said, "Oh, I've met Morgan many times when she's with Kyle, and it's all an act." They say that she loves the fame. She knows what she's doing. She's playing and look at you guys are quiet. She's playing the end
Well,
game.
I'm waiting
This
for you
is
to
what,
finish because I'm waiting for you to finish
and
because
that they're totally together. And
but here's the
Kyle
thing.
is,
I have a lot of friends that I may not like the spouse of, or I may not be that friendly with the partner of.
Mhm.
And that's only because I feel that every single person should be allowed to be able to go through the experiences that feel right for them, the feelings that they want to be able to explore as well, for them to be able to connect with, to realize whether or not that's something that is right for them. But to be magnified and then be crucified before you even have such feelings and experiences, and then you're, being, and there's everybody out in the world that has an opinion about it,
Yeah, but
must
Paul,
be difficult.
but just answer the question. Garcelle asked
But
her
you
the
don't
question
know.
and you don't even answer it either way. You just avoid the
But then
question.
maybe you're
Just
not ready.
answer it either
But
way.
but don't you have friends that don't answer you sometimes? That don't tell you what the answer is either because they're not
That's all I'm
sure.
saying. Just answer.
yeah,
Be
Paul.
authentic. That's
Yeah,
it.
No,
but
Answer, be authentic. That's
well,
it.
also, but yeah, I agree. But also, Paul, I agree. But it's been 2.5 years. I think there's been enough time
listen,
to process. And by
listen.
the way, I'm not asking for a label. I don't need to know if this
But
is, you can be, I believe you can be with a woman like, and not
David,
have to put a label on
David,
it. But let's just be honest.
maybe she doesn't feel a responsibility to the audience the same way she feels a responsibility to her partner,
Well,
the same
that's
way
what she
she
has
feels
said.
the
That's what,
same way she feels a responsibility to her family, to her children, to the extended family that she's a part of.
but
So
you
maybe
know what?
trying to balance something that she doesn't know how to at the time, for her to be able to realize that, okay, you know what? Lay off of this. Let me figure it out, just like Erica did. She's like, you know what? I don't know what the fuck that man is doing, but okay, why do you?
But she at least
She bought me
but
earrings. I
she
don't know.
but Erica at least answered it.
But
And by the way, the partner, Morgan, is playing the long game because she, has asked Kyle not to mention her on air, even though she, according to this friend of mine who's friends with Kyle, I don't know if it's true, according, even though she really loves the fame. It's like a lot.
But
So
why is it
Morgan is deep
then
with her
why isn't
game.
Morgan doing interviews and talking for her own self and the community that she belongs to, and say, you know what? I'm I'm gay. I'm in a relationship, and
But
here's who I'm in a relationship with.
well, that's a good question. But by the way, well, because Kyle's probably asking her not to. But by the way, I agree with what you said about the duty to the partner. But I mean, not to bring this back to me. Not that all roads come back to me. But
They
look
all
at
do.
me. But look at me.
Okay, Fifth Avenue, tell me
I
Fifth
have,
Avenue.
I, I have Central Park South, but close. How is the park doing today? Let me just turn my head around and look. I look at what I have sacrificed. I have lost all my housewife friends. You know why? You know why I've lost them all? I'm here because of these wonderful people listening, because I feel that I have a duty to these wonderful people listening to be honest. That when Margaret Josephs acts like an asshole on the TV, to say Margaret Josephs is acting like an asshole, or to say when I know something, not here's the thing, if you tell me something and you say don't tell it, I will
Right.
never tell it. But you don't tell me, and then it's like, did Margaret do this or not? I'm like, oh, she fucking did it. And then Miss Joseph says, well, we're friends. Why are you saying that? I'm like, because you didn't tell me in confidence, and I know you did this. And so I'm going to be honest with the audience. I'm just giving an example. I don't know what it is. So then they
Yeah.
get mad at you. Well, my
But
duty
David,
is to these people listening.
you're
So I agree, but Kyle is on a
you're making
reality show that
but
she
you're
signed up for.
making but you're making concessions for what works for you. And the reason why I'm saying it in the, I'm going to preface it for you. I know so many people that go through so many life transformations and transitions and want to be able to be in a safe space to recognize what and how and when the time is for them to be able to admit to themselves if that's what it is that they need to recognize, or if something that they feel is right. And you can't rush something like that just because there's an insatiable amount of people, of millions of viewers that are like, just say it. It's about me. It's about the
Well, then
moment.
maybe you should take a step away from this
Well,
public reality
maybe
show.
maybe that's something that they need to also consider doing for their health, mental health, so that they recognize, you know what? Maybe I need to focus on the relationship so that I can identify the relationship because I can no longer balance. It's like a work live balance. Some people have 12 kids and they can run marathons at the same time. Some people have two kids and it's a challenge. We all go through life with it's a different journey.
Excuse me.
And I
I want
don't
to borrow
Wow.
your rose-colored glasses from.
Yeah, borrow the rose coloreds. Can I have the rose coloreds over
Am
here?
I in the wrong place? What is going on with you two bitches today? Am I in the
There's
wrong
no
house?
journey. The journey was from 2 fucking years ago. And again, nobody cares. Nobody cares. It's just that you're on a reality show where you are paid over $1 million, and people, you're taking a space from someone else that would like that. These lovely people listening to you and me and your husband right now, they would like someone on the screen that's real and that's sharing things.
I think when you sign up for these shows and you become a part of it, then you have to realize that your life is on the show. It's a reality show and it's real life. And you need to show not just pieces of what you want to show. Your life is an open book.
And
Well,
there is a double standard of the fact that they would say, and I really have nothing against Kyle. I'm just saying in this situation, you go to Dorit and you say, we actually know that things are not okay with your husband. They're not going well. So you come on next season and you're talking about Jagger's swim lessons and Phoenix's ballet. That's not okay. You're not invited back. You can have a diamond if you
Yeah.
actually just be a real person and talk all about your marriage is a disaster and it's falling apart and you are going to get a divorce. You do that or we're taking the diamond away. And she's like, oh, I can't lose my diamond. That's like my whole life. Great.
Right.
Well, that you have to talk about your real life. With Kyle, she's like, I'm not talking about Morgan. So pick the next topic. And they say, okay, we won't talk about Morgan. That is the problem I have.
Me
I don't
too.
care if
I
you are
agree.
sleeping with Morgan. I
Or
don't care
not.
if you're sleeping with the whole
Yeah.
women's swim team of the fucking Olympics. Go and be a slut for the swim team of the Olympics with all the women. It's that like a Dorit is told, and here's Sutton, which I don't know what Erica's talking about. I mean, Sutton is talking to us about her father committed suicide when she was 30. She's opening up.
Yeah.
Other people have to bring the real life. And with Kyle, it's like, well, I'm not mentioning Morgan because she doesn't want me to. And they say, okay, that's fine. You don't have to. That's the problem I have. No, everyone else has to. They have to bring the real
That's
life.
the only thing I say. I have a lot of respect for Sutton because she really opened up when she took us to
I think
Augusta
so.
and met her mom. And a lot of that personality that you see from Sutton, it all makes sense. And I love Sutton, but I love
Love.
that you got to see that relationship and the dynamic with her and her mom. I thought that was really cool. And I think a lot of people liked that too, that you really got to see, because you don't really see Sutton's kids on the show. You don't really see much about her personal life or her real backstory. And I thought that was really eye-opening the way they did that.
I agree. I completely agree. I agree with
And
you.
that's
So
all I'm
that's
asking for from any housewife that's on the show.
so that's the only thing I have with Kyle that they